Hi, I'm Chris Kozak from Columbia Gas, Ohio.
And I'm Cheryl Hardy with Hardy Communications and Marketing and Black Sheep Gallery. You know, Chris, I get asked a lot how I got involved with this event. I bet you do too.
I know, I volunteered. Cheryl, how'd you get involved?
I drew the short straw. It happens.
Hey, welcome to tonight. We're here to celebrate 175 years of the Toledo Blade, 20 years of LISC. You know, without either organization, Toledo is not going to be possible. So welcome to the event.
LISC does so much to support our community, and so does the Toledo Blade. Thank you for supporting them, thank you for supporting us, and have a wonderful time.
We're involved in community development, and some of the hardest resource to raise is capital for either investment from the equity side or just getting some sort of startup to start an idea. LISC is the source of that money. We bring a spark of an idea to a concept. They bring the fuel, which is the money needed to expand on it.
This is good work. It is building neighborhoods, it's building housing, building accessibility to housing. Those are important undertakings, particularly in the modern world where there's such a tendency for dispersion and displacement. I think the work of LISC is very important to this community.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity today to congratulate both the Toledo Blade on its 175th anniversary and the Local Initiative Support Corporation on its 20th anniversary. I'm so sorry I can't be with you in person. I cannot thank you enough for recognizing my congressional colleague, Congresswoman Marcy Kaptur, and me for our service to the community. This is a recognition I truly cherish.
I want to thank LISC, its board, all of its friends for this really incredible award, which I accept on behalf of LISC and all of the neighborhoods and people living in neighborhoods across our country that LISC has assisted over the years. And I really want to shake hands across the aisle with Senator George Voinovich, also former mayor of Cleveland, with whom I've worked on so many projects over the years along our shared lakefront of Erie.
I also want to offer special congratulations to the local LISC and your executive director, Hugh Griffey. Hugh and I go back many years working on community development. The housing crisis our country is facing makes neighborhood preservation and community revitalization, and therefore the services of LISC and community developers, more important than ever before. I've long advocated for programs that help the mother city maintain its competitiveness and investment in its neighborhoods. Particularly for my years as mayor of Cleveland, I believe that when we improve our urban core cities, we help address poverty, crime, and other social problems.
LISC, over the years, has been a real pioneer to help America retool her neighborhoods. We're now 221 years old, and we didn't have to redevelop our neighborhoods in the past because we were too new. But now in the 3rd century, we have to learn a set of new skills on how to do adaptive reuse and revitalize neighborhoods across this country so that we don't just throw everything out and totally raise neighborhoods, but we save what's good, we fix up, and we add to what was already left by the legacy of the past. So I think LISC helps us think about how to do that, and it provides a context of partnering between the private sector, the public sector, the neighborhood sector, with people living and working in those neighborhoods taking the lead. It's truly transformative what LISC does.
I would say that it's interesting tonight that we're celebrating 2 organizations in their anniversaries, one 175 years, and that really does capture the history of this community, and I think the pride that the Blade takes in that is important for all of us in the community. It's important that those of us who live in this community believe in our community, understand its heritage, and the Blade certainly is a central part of that and really takes pride in being so and communicating to others how important that heritage is. LISC has a sense of connecting with the heritage of our inner city neighborhoods, central neighborhoods, creating the sense of community that we talked about before, and having that heritage really taking it forward to the present and into the future so we can have a good life in the future but not forget where we came from.
The Blade has been there longer than the vast majority of newspapers in the country, longer than the New York Times. The Blade has been there covering this community, and I think that's hugely valuable. It's run and it's managed by people who live right here, who in many cases have been here for generations. They really understand Toledo, and you can really see that by reading the Blade.
And in fact, Viva was helped by LISC. They provided us with a $10,000 loan that enabled us to buy the old South Branch Library building, which we have now then renovated, and we're operating a credit union, the first Latino credit union in the state of Ohio. And that was made possible in part through efforts by LISC.
Well, United Way has a human service role where LISC has a community development role, and you can't do one without the other. And so it's critical that whenever we go into a neighborhood and we talk to people in need, they're going to share with us not just their social service needs, they're going to share with us their community development needs. And that's why you need a partner in LISC. LISC is with you every step of the way.
I would just like to say that the Toledo community is a community that is vibrant, it is growing, even though there are those who seem to feel different. I believe that we are vibrant, we are growing, there are many opportunities for us, and we need organizations like LISC and like the Blade to get that message out and to encourage all of us as a community to come together, to work together so that we can improve everything that we do here in this city.
Well, I've always been proud of the fact that the Blade, while it's been an aggressive investigative reporting newspaper, which is its primary function, has always had a great dedication to the community it serves. It's a part of the community. It's, by choice, has decided over the years to remain in the heart of the city in downtown Toledo at a time when a lot of newspaper organizations were building new plants out in the suburbs or in industrial parks. The Blade chose to install new presses right downtown and stay where it is in the heart and soul of the city, which is the downtown, and continue to serve community organizations, of which LISC is one. The Blade has always made that a strong part of its mission, not just to report and not just to comment, but to serve and work with community organizations like LISC.
LISC, from our relationship, is clearly important because their focus on neighborhoods and community is extremely important to what we do. We believe at the Urban League that you cannot have a great community unless you have educated individuals, employed individuals, and those individuals are living in safe and affordable housing. And LISC provides opportunities for that to happen on a day-to-day basis because they work with organizations that work in that area of community building and really trying to spread you know, not just goodwill, but they try to get good work done on the ground. And so partnering with LISC and working with them is extremely important to the work of the Urban League.
I think that's where LISC support is there, that by having stable housing, people in their homes, and taking care of those properties and being a proud owner or resident in that neighborhood all blends together.
The Blade helped to bring a region together, and the Blade created a community just through distribution. How does the Blade and LISC tie together? I think it's awesome. I think it's awesome that the Blade apparently has a strong foundation, and that it's been established so long in the community to be able to raise funds for another community agency. It tells its own story. It says that community takes community to build community, and the Blade is demonstrating that, and I think they will demonstrate it well.
Neighborhoods are, it seems to me, the glue that holds the community together. It's the thing that brings people together, and I think it's a powerful part of what Toledo is.